All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Sin City. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series kicks off a brand new season at Sin City. Oh, you know what they say? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's race number 1 of a brand new season, and it's 100 laps. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory? And who's going to roll snake eyes? There's only one way to find out. That's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, we're going to do a little gambling tonight here at Las Vegas in the Buschwackers Series. Hang on to your horses, baby. It's about ready to get wild. All right, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. And I've got a good one here for you tonight. Kicking off a brand new season at Vegas. And what a great track to kick off the season with. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. And thanks for joining me here, whether you're watching it live or on replay. This is round number 1. And it is a 100-lap race here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Right now in the practice session. These guys trying to dial it in here at Vegas. Today's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. No matter where you are in the world, EliteHostingUSA.com can provide servers for your best ping in your local area. So definitely give EliteHostingUSA.com a look, and that's who provides our servers here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Don't forget to join us over there. That Truck Series link up there as well, section for that. Brand new series, and getting ready to start up the GT3 here very, very soon. So don't forget, you can join us through the link on our Discord link on our HighOctaneRacing.net webpage. Don't forget to visit us over there. Well, we'll take a look at the schedule here for season number 5. Las Vegas tonight. Next week, another 1.5 miles, Homestead, Miami Speedway. And Martinsville short track at race number 3. Phoenix, very unique track there. Good track, a lot of fun at Phoenix. I think it's a 5-turn track, but that's my opinion. Super big tri-oval there. Area, in that tri-oval was really, really steep. 120 laps there at Phoenix, Kentucky, rounding out the first half of the season. And you see Milwaukee Mile. That's going to be a little bit of a question mark here. We have to test that track again. There were some issues a couple of seasons ago. We tried to stick it in there. Pocono, Indy, Gateway, and California on the back half of the season. So it's kicking off tonight here at Las Vegas. Got a busy weekend of racing as always. The Saturday Night Thunder in action at Vegas for the final race of season number 4, 120 laps. Beat the broadcaster night. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, I'll be able to race. And had some unforeseen things happen here in the last month or so. So it's been kind of taking me away from racing. But hopefully we'll be able to get it on the track at Vegas this weekend. The Cup Series, very, very fun. The Saturday Night Thunder been going on for 22 years and still going strong here on Saturday nights. Come on out and join us. This is a 2018 mod. And we got the link to the Discord there. And if you'd like to race with us, we'd love to have you, man. Pretty good field sizes in the Saturday Night Thunder. Open setups, of course. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. I appreciate everybody visiting TurnLeftTV, whether you're doing it live or on replay. Don't forget, down in the description of this race, I have several links there. We got one for the SimLab website. I'm an affiliate through them, so if you decide you want to buy a new sim rig or maybe a display or pedals, they got some pedals now. Some other racing equipment as well. I think the shifters as well. Please use my link. That would greatly help me out here. And, hey, again, hit that thumbs up button. Get that algorithm talking so people see it in their feed. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Looking for some more subscribers, of course. And smash the bell and you'll get updates of when races are going live so you can tune in to the live chat. Always fun to see the stuff that's going on in the live chat there as well. But again, thanks for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Really appreciate each and every person that's subscribed and all those people that come out and watch the videos, whether they're subscribed or not. I appreciate your presence here, TurnLeftTV. I have a lot of fun doing this. Look forward to this stuff each and every week, man. I haven't missed too many weeks, that's for sure. Well over 400 videos now on the TurnLeftTV channel, and that all made by me. Getting ready to go to the qualification session here very, very soon. Big field here tonight. Always fun to see guys coming out for the first race of the season. Gonna have a good field sizes here. Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us in here. Good to see Givaldo kicking it off for us as always. Wishing everybody good luck. That guy's got to be the Mental Attitude Award winner. Really does, man. Sets the example as far as the way to treat other people. And we love Givaldo here. And he finally got his High Octane Racing League hat. He's one of our great Brazilian drivers. Claudio Bardelli Jr., also one of our Brazilian drivers as well. Won the championship last season. Can he do a repeat? Getting ready to go to the quals here, boys and girls. Take a look at the session results. Top 10, Claudio Bardelli Jr. There he is, coming off the championship, looking to maybe make it 2 in a row. Second in the grid is Dana Grover. Steve Pierce in that 51 Captain Morgan sponsor machine. Shown third in practice. Gordon Carter fourth. Greg Marazon fifth. You see 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th is Vieira, Iglesias, Brink, Gomez, and Lansbury. The top 10 in the practice session. So again, a good field here, and missing some drivers tonight too. Todd Robillard not here tonight, so a couple other drivers that normally join us. Don't see them out tonight. So who knows, man? We might get some guys join us in the warm-up session. We'll see. Quals have started. So we'll see who the first one out is. And that is Chili Dog. The 82 Tim Lansbury Skyline Chili Ford Mustang. At 82, kicking off his first time lap. Coming off turn 4, let's see where Lansbury sits here as he crosses the start-finish line. 30.339 for Lansbury on lap number 1 for him. About Steve Pearson to 51. Let's see where he lands. So a 3:39, the top time here so far. Oh, 3:17, Craig Marazon jumping up to the top of the grid. Steve Pearson to 51, Captain Morgan sponsor machine. Stanley pretty fast here too in that 12 car. Chessmore to the top of the grid with a 3:03. Steve Pierce, let's see where he lands. 2:94 for Steve Pierce. Second on the grid there for him. How about that? How about Josh Brake of the 2 car? Oh, he's going to be a powerhouse here in this season as well, man. Budweiser sponsor machine and lightning fast. It looks like he backs off there for that. So right now, 9th on the grid for him. Thiago Gomez in the 26 car in his outlap. Sean Jacobs to the top of the grid with a 30.209. Chessmore down to 2nd. Gordon Carter, good qual run there. 3rd so far in the qual session. So here we go. Thiago Gomez, another one of our great Brazilian drivers. Chatting it up in the chat session as well. He's in there chatting it up, getting ready, getting fired up. Greeting the crowd. Iglesias, our Spaniards. Oh, way up the track there. That car, the back end wanted to come around on him. Let's see how he, a little bit slow there. 30.804 for Thiago Gomez. 14th on the grid for him so far. Jim Willis in the 53, Black Rifle Coffee Company machine. Bartelli Jr. down at the top of the grid, 30.177. Jacob 2nd, Chessmore 3rd, Carter 4th, Marazon rounding out the top 5 here so far. Let's see where Jim Willis lands. 5.36 for Willis, 16th on the grid. Little work to do for the 53 car. Arthur Vieta into 4. Where's he land? Vieta 5th. 5th starting position for Arthur Vieta. And Palumbo finishing up his quals, and he is shown 10th on the grid. Jesus Barbecue Iglesias. Let's see where he lands. Barbecue in the 22. Right now, 18th on the grid. A little work for him to do in that Orange Crush sponsor machine. Iglesias coming off the final turn through the tri-oval. Let's see where he lands. A little bit. 2.94. He moves up the grid a little bit there to 12. Good job to Jesus. I don't know if Gilmar Peixoto is actually going out there, so he's still in the pits. So it looks like he may not be qualified. think that probably will do it for the qualification session. Now, Galasi is coming around again here, but it looks like he's coming in after making his qual attempt.
A lot of soul.
So it looks like these guys have finished up the qualification session. They're going through the driver's meeting. And thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. I appreciate you being here tonight. And excited about what we've got in store for you. And as always, good luck to the drivers. And thanks for joining us. Let's get this party started. All right, we're back. So Las Vegas tonight, 100-lap race, and we have about 40 seconds left in the qualification session. Again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. I'm broadcaster commentator here at TurnLeftTV, owner of High Octane Racing League, Heath Johnson. Appreciate you being here, as always. Getting some Claudio Bardelli Jr. What's this all about? My pick, Thiago Professional Gomez tonight. All right. And I don't know who to make my pick here tonight. We'll see. Do that in the warm-up session. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks back in action. for race number 3 of the brand new season. This has been great, man. This series broadcast live on Tuesdays. Coming up on October the 17th, we'll be at Homestead, Miami Speedway, 100-lap race. And should be a fantastic one, man. Don't want to miss it. If you're not racing in it, please watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. And the first 2 races have been great. Very, very exciting. You don't want to miss that on Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here on TurnLeftTV. Let's take a look at the qualification results. Get that chat out of the way. There we go. Claudio Bardelli Jr. with a 30.177 the top time. Sean Jacobs qualifies in the 2nd position. Dan Chesmore is 3rd. Gordon Carter 4th. Archie Vieta qualifies in the 5th position. Craig Marizon, John Stanley, Tim Lansbury, Paul Brown, and Ed Palumbo round out the top 10. Steve Pierce starts in the 11th position. Jesus Iglesias will start P12. Starting in the 13th position will be Dana Grover. Josh Brink in the 2 car starts 14th. Dennis Uderton in the 47 starts 15th. 26, Tiago Gomez. That's Claudio Bardelli Jr.'s pick tonight. Starts in the 16th position. Jamaldo Spindle in the 68 car starts in the 17th position. Chip Willis in that Black Rifle Coffee Company machine starts in the 18th position. Gilmar Pachotto in his 71 car starts in P19. Bardelli Jr. adding some more people. He said, I'm either picking Tiago or Jesus. Claudio's just doing that because he knows he's going to win the race here tonight. Well, let's take a look at the track here at Las Vegas. Located in Las Vegas, Nevada, 1.5 miles, one of those classic cookie-cutter tri-ovals. Banking in the turns at 12 to 20 degrees progressive. And I think with this, when you start talking about Las Vegas, I think it's a little bit more smooth than what you'd see at Charlotte, but very similar to a Charlotte, a Texas, those types of tracks. So keep your eye on the prize here through the turns. Really don't want to overdrive this thing. And we'll take a look at the keys to the race here in just a moment. So at Vegas, limit that aggression, man. It's easy to be aggressive in these packs, and that could be big, big trouble. Tire management. If you limit that aggression, you are going to manage those tires, and that'll reap benefits, rewards later in the run. Handle that traffic, too. So we've got a big field here tonight, and important you be patient and handle the traffic. Make good pit stops, and, I misspelled no. Know when to go here at Vegas. See, I'm the horrible graphics guy, man. Always messing up something. So those are my race keys. I should add to proofread. That's another race key. Dana Grover here wishing everybody good luck tonight as well. I made the mistake of clicking the little heart button, and it won't go away now, so that's the way it is. See if we can reload it. It will give me another type of button, maybe. Nope, still gives me that one. Guess it likes the hearties. The sweet tart heart, Valentine's Day heart. Got 6.5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. All right, welcome back. We've got about 3.5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. My pick to win this race, as you probably saw, is under the heart, is Arthur Vieta, my Valentine. Arthur, I'll tell you what, man. I really think this guy is one of the favorites to win the race. You see Marizan and Iglesias going by. This is the type of track where Arthur Vieta really, really excels. I mean, he's one of the great race car drivers in sim racing. Great Brazilian race car driver, and he's got some championships here. A lot of championships under his belt in various leagues, and I really think the 4 car's got a great shot here. The way this track drives really kind of favors his driving style. The thing you got to watch out for, you get shuffled back in the field a little bit and get caught up in somebody else's mess. Arthur Vieta does not make a lot of mistakes. He usually is a victim of circumstance. So that's who I picked to win this race tonight. How about Denis Yudichin joining us for another season? Our favorite Ukrainian. The Ukrainian driver, and he is from Kharkiv, Ukraine. This guy, he's on pit lane now, but he races with us even when they're bombing the city, man. I mean, seriously. Guy gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning to race with us, and definitely we've adopted him. I mean, there's no doubt about that. He's ours now. We took him home. Josh Brink here in the 2, another one of those drivers, man. Really, I think a good pick to win this race, too. And he's actually picking Gordon Carter in the 56 car. You know, speaking of Gordon Carter, man, Gordon has really, really started to jump up the grid here each and every night. We'll keep our eye on the 56. He's in that Ukrainian paint scheme. Got the sport in the blue and yellow. High place moving number 56 car. Another guy really improving that racecraft, starting to get a little bit more used to rFactor 2. Gomez is scared because of the race. He's biting his fingernails, I think, or covering his eyes. I'm not sure what that emoji is there, but all right, look at that. The checker flag for the warm-up session. You know what that means. It's time to get the party started. 19 drivers, 100 laps here from Vegas tonight. It's going to get wild. Here we go. All right, the starting order tonight. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 19 starts P1. Sean Jacobs in the 24 starts second. Dan Chesmore starts third. Gordon Carter starts in the 4th position. Starting in P5 is the 4 of Arthur Vieta. Craig Marizan starts 6th. John Stanley 7th. Tim Lansbury starts in the 8th position. Starting in 9th was Paul Brown in the 9. Ed Palumbo starts 10th. Steve Pierce starts in the 11th position. Jesus Iglesias starts in P12. Starting in the 13th position is Dana Grover in the 89. Josh Brink starts P14. Starting in the 15th position is Dennis Udich in the 47. Tiago Gomez starts in 16th. Starting in 17th is Givaldo Spindle in the 68 car. Starting in 18th, Jim Willis in the 53. Gilmar Peixoto in the 71 starts in P19. Don't forget my misspelled race keys. Limit that aggression, manage those tires, handle traffic, make good pit stops, and Napu win to go. No win to go. Those are my race keys there at Vegas. Man, I should really do some, need to hire that stuff out, man. I believe I have a master's degree. Pace car coming off here. I think we just do one lap here of a formation lap at Vegas. And it looks like it's the case. So here we go. Get ready to go green. Taking a little bit long here. Here we go.
Green flag. Go, go,
Switch
go.
cameras. Hey, green, green, green here at Vegas. Claudio Bardelli Jr., our leader, jumps out there ahead of Sean Jacobs on that outside line. Dan Chesmore running on the inside in P2. Art Vieta here moving that inside line. Going to leave a little bit of a gap there maybe after Vieta. Then Sean Jacobs might be able to bail off that high side, drop down to the inside. But it looks like a couple drivers have kind of flirting around with the high side and low side. As Claudio Bardelli Jr. off turn 4. Going to lead lap 1. Dan Chesmore in second in the 00 car. Ben Silva joining us in the chat session. Good to see Ben Art. Chesmore starting to peek around on the inside line. Side by side there for the race lead. Chesmore trying to take it. That Toyota 00, he is looking pretty fast here, and he down to the inside, gets around the 19. Can he clear him? And he does. New race leader here as he going to lead this lap. The 00, Dan Chesmore up to the race lead. Look at Ed Palumbo running in P9. Guys, to be kind of calm right now. That's good. Running in the 9th position, just behind the 82 of Tim Lansbury. Jesus Iglesias running behind in the 10th position in that 22 car. 54, Ed Palumbo running in P9. Jim Willis in the 53. Got around Gilmar Peixoto and now sets his sights on Givaldo Spindola. 53 Black Rifle Coffee Company Chevy running in the 18th position. Sean Jacobs and Claudio Bardelli Jr. Sean Jacobs to the inside. He's got a fast car tonight, so Sean Jacobs in the 24 car battling, gets around the 19, down, sets his sights on the race lead. He's side by side with Dan Chesmore. On board here with Sean Jacobs. Chesmore leads. Bardelli Jr. goes to the high side. Oh, boy, that got tight right there. That got tight. Vieta on the high side as well with Bardelli Jr. Gordon Carter running in P4. On board here with Gordon Carter, looking out on the front of the 56 car. You see the 19 on the high side. Those guys sticking with that high side line. 24, Sean Jacobs flirting with the middle right now. Now he goes up to the high side. Diving back down to the inside, trying to maybe break the draft there a little bit of that 19. Take a look at Paul Brown. He's at the tail end of this big pack. He's running in the 11th position. Thanks to Paul Brown today for helping some guys out and getting them situated there. They had the wrong version of the track, or they had another version of the track that was sort of keeping them from getting joining. Take a look at this. Sean Jacobs in the 24, now battling for the lead, getting around the 00 car. So Jacobs in the 24 taking the race lead. Way up the track there is that Chessmore starting to flirt around, and also Bardelli Jr. to the inside. We got a battle here up front. Vieta there as well, so Bardelli Jr. to the inside, battling Dan Chessmore side by side for the P2 position. Chessmore pinching down just a little bit, trying to side draft. Good battle there. We got the Brazilian contingent there battling for P3 as Bardelli Jr. holds on to it, but Vieta has to tuck in. Waldo Spindle. Oh, man, we got a car in the wall there. Car in the wall. That might have been Unichin in the 47 car. Unichin in the 47 up in the wall, so hard lick there for him. Wow. Unichin, a big lick for Dennis Unichin. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, he got turned. It looked like he came across Dana Grover. We'll take a look here a little bit earlier in this. Yeah, he comes across the 89 car. And man, that was almost a wreck there. Almost a wreck. We'll take a look out of the front of Givaldo's. Right there, you see that contact as Unichin tried to tuck in. And Givaldo does a great job of getting to the bottom side there, avoiding that stuff. And I would say both those guys probably have some damage now. Craig Marizon and Gordon Carter here battling it out. Marizon starting to work his way to the front. How about Chloe Wright joining us in here? Also, Benar Silva joining us in the chat session. Chloe finally made it to the live stream. It's raining out, Chloe. You can't go to the football game and sit out in the rain. It's better to come in and watch the race. And the 60 of Craig Marizon gets around Gordon Carter and takes over P5. Dana Grover now working on Givaldo Spindola. Not too much damage after that front end contact from Dennis Unichin. Unichin's dropped off the pace a little bit. He has got some pretty significant right side damage to that machine. And it looks like Grover's going to get around Givaldo. Dana Grover now up to the 15th position. That battle up front has settled down a little bit. Sean Jacobs the leader. Dan Chessmore second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. third. Arjun Vieta fourth. And Craig Marizon in fifth, but starting to sneak around on the low side here and get around the four. Arjun Vieta in that 4 car. Up on the high side is Craig Marizon in the 60 down on the bottom side. And he has cleared Vieta. Vieta's got a run here now on the outside. So right now Marizon has no help on this bottom side. That's what's hurting him. He needs to get in that draft. You see Vieta up on the high side in that 4 car. Also Bardelli Jr. in the 19. Now that train on the high side is going to start rolling here. And the 56 is going to get back by Dan Chessmore, or excuse me, Craig Marizon. John Stanley in this mix too. He's running in the 7th position. In that 12 car just behind him is Tim Lansbury. And Chessmore might have gotten into the outside wall. Coming off turn 2. This on board here with John Stanley. One of our Canadian drivers. He's running behind that Magpul Dynamic sponsor Camaro. 60 of Craig Marizon. These guys starting to bunch up a little bit as that Chessmore scrubbing off some speed. I think he has made some contact with the outside wall as Bardelli Jr. has gotten around, and Vieta now peeking around here on the inside as Chessmore almost rubs the outside wall again. Craig Marizon here on the inside of Gordon Carter's in the 56 car. Chessmore starting to drop back a little bit on that outside line as now Marizon gets by him and sets his sights on P3. So Marizon up to P4. Chessmore hanging on to P5, but Gordon Carter sneaking around there on that inside line. 56 car. Oh man, Vieta got way up the track. Vieta running in P3. He got way up the track. See him on the just passenger frame there. Chessmore Wow, dropping back here, and some of these guys like Tim Lansbury, these guys are starting to capitalize on that. Chessmore trying to hang on here. He's crowding the 12 car a little bit, trying to hang on for dear life and stop it, losing position. That car is tight on him now. Ripping up the track, you see that Papa Smurf machine. Again, more contact for Dan Chessmore. Drove it hard early in the run and now starting to pay the price a little bit. As Lansbury going to the high side. This is a dangerous place to be here because Chessmore is drifting up the track quite a bit. Side by side there coming off the turn. And Lansbury getting by, and Ed Palumbo going to follow him. You take a look out of the back of Ed Palumbo's machine. You see Dan Chessmore. Paul Brown in this mix as well. Josh Brink also there. Chessmore driving up the track. Take a look at Josh Brink. Good little battle here. Brink in the 2 car. Just ahead of him, Paul Brown. Got 77 Camaro. Octane Racing Fuel sponsor machine. Shoto off track here, so he's coming down pit lane to the 71, or finishing up his pit stop, I should say. So he's pitted a little bit early here to 71 car, giving up some track position, now 2 laps down. We might start seeing some pit stops here soon. We're 20 laps in. Shoto must have had some trouble. 77 down below the 54. 54 Ed Palumbo Meliello sponsor. Says he's got a bird in his house and he can't get out of his house. His dog's freaking out. As Paul Brown gets by Ed Palumbo. Lansbury starting to move up here. To a breakaway 2 up front, but Lansbury now making a pass on Vieira. Taking over the 6th position. Vieira dropping back a little bit here later in this run. Our race leader is Sean Jacobs in the 24. Take a look at our side-by-side view here. Sean Jacobs, the leader. We're taking a look at Arjun Vieira now running in the 8th position. He's starting to give up some positions in that 4 car. I think the tires have kind of gone away a little bit. He drove it hard early in the run, and now Arjun Vieira back to P9. And Palumbo just behind him in the 10th position. So a little 2-way battle there for P9 between the 54 and the 4. 2-car breakaway here, Sean Jacobs and Claudio Bardelli Jr. Out of the front of Claudio's machine, you see Sean Jacobs in that Cal U sponsored Camaro. Starting to roll up on some lap traffic now. Uterchin just ahead, who's gotten some damage from an earlier contact with the wall, and now you see the 24 and the 19 going to the bottom side. And I think Paul Brown indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. We're going to start seeing some pit stops here very, very soon. I think the 53 actually is on pit lane, if I'm not mistaken. So Jim Willis on pit lane. Bardelli Jr. is our leader, as looks like Sean Jacobs is giving up the race lead to come down pit lane. Willis the first one down pit lane coming off. Crowded pit lane here for Jim Willis as he looks to rejoin the racing surface. Bardelli Jr. coming off pit lane, or coming off the track to come down pit lane. And he's got Craig Marizon pitting with him. So those guys pitting together. And there might have been a little contact there.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag. There might have been contact coming in. And Bardelli Jr. might be around. Oh, no. I think there was some contact between he and Marizon. And Bardelli Jr. gets that ship righted, but I think there was contact, and we got a yellow flag. Yeah, Palumbo is the race leader. That's going to change a few things there. So something happened as they were coming down off the track to come down pit lane. Take a look here as they come down pit lane here. They take a look at this, back it up a little bit. What a horrible camera angle. The crap happens right in the, I think there was contact right there. It looked like Marizon got in the back of Bardelli Jr. and then Bardelli Jr. spins. So that was contact, it looked like, from Craig Marizon. We'll go on board here with Marizon. He's going to get into Bardelli Jr. Bardelli Jr. is woed up, and Marizon backs or runs right into the back of him and puts him in the wall. We had some guys coming down pit lane as well at the same time. So it looks like we've got some sorting things that we got to figure out. And it looks like that Iglesias missing the front end of his car there. I don't know whether he got caught up in some other incident there, but Iglesias had some contact, maybe coming down pit road. So he's got some damage to his machine. So first caution flag here at Las Vegas, and you see Iglesias missing the front or missing the hood of the car. So definitely some issues there for him. So kind of an interesting deal. We had some guys coming down pit lane. We already had some guys on pit lane. We had guys who had made pit stops coming off pit lane. Guys that were back out on the track. So going to take a little minute here to get things sorted out. Don't forget to join us here in the Saturday Night Thunder tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Race number 10 of the season. This Las Vegas Motor Speedway will crown the champion. 120 laps in the books there at Vegas. Race number 10 headed your way tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can be some guys getting sorted here this time, I believe. Now, I think there might be some guys getting wave arounds here. 53 car probably getting a wave around. We are seeing some guys dive back down pit lane. Marizon, Iglesias, Uderchin, Gilmar, and Josh Brink all on pit lane. Craig's on the back. All right, these guys getting it sorted out. That's one of those deals when the caution flag comes out at a little dicey time. Sorting things get a little difficult. All right, looks like Thiago Gomez shown as the race leader. This is going to be interesting with these guys that are just ahead. All right, getting ready to go back grid. It's going to be interesting here. We got a little bit of a jumbled up field because of the caution flag. So I'm pulling double duty here tonight, doing admin duties and broadcasting live. Awesome. Here we go, getting ready to go back grid.
Go.
Gomez is our leader. He is the third car in line. Sean Jacobs, first car in line. He's at the tail end of the lead lap. He and Gordon Carter. This guy's going to try to fight to stay on the lead lap. Gomez under the 26 car, now below the 56. Sean Jacobs in the 24 on the high side. Maybe a little bit older tires there as the 26 diving down to the inside line in that Napa sponsor machine. Dan Chesmore, the 00, following him. He'll try to get by, scrubbing off a little bit of speed. You see that outside line starting to move. Ed Palumbo in the 54. He's in that mix now, shown as the race leader. He gotten by the 26 car. So Ed Palumbo in the 54 gets by the battling 26. The 26 and the 00 battling for position. That's for P2. And Dan Chesmore working that outside line. Gets by the 26. 26. Wow! No, there's contact there. He and John Stanley got into each other. John Stanley and Thiago Gomez made some contact. Now we got a yellow flag here. Guys getting impatient. As Peixoto comes around. So that is the caution flag that I think Sean Jacobs and Gordon Carter wanted to see, because those guys will definitely now be able to move, get all the way around here and reclaim that lap. Cautions breed cautions. Let's take a look and see what happened here. This is a little bit after the fact. It looked like those guys already started wrecking. Not very good camera angles here at Las Vegas. Huh? See that action. There's Jomar, hard hit there for him. And I think it started quite a bit earlier. Take a look at here, Bardelli Jr. in the 19 car. 77 car in this mix. I don't know whether maybe a little bit too early, but 71 was involved somehow as well. I see the 19 down to the inside. 77 trying to follow him through. Maybe it looked like maybe Peixoto, who was ahead here, had some trouble. Got into the wall right there. You see contact just ahead, into the wall. Bardelli Jr. coming up on Peixoto. Peixoto scrubbing off some speed. He had already been on pit lane early in that first run. Oh, he's trying to avoid that right there. Trying to avoid the contact with the 26. It comes across. And there was contact with that 26 car. That's what precipitated this whole deal. And those guys get together. And then, wow, man, there's more contact there. So that's what it was. Take a look at up front, Tim Lansbury's machine. Watch this. This is where it gets a little crazy. Oh, Bardelli Jr. trying to reclaim his spot, and then the 77 also gets involved. Lansbury goes through the grass. Paul Brown, see you here. So Bardelli Jr. trying to hold on to this thing, get this car back onto the track. And then Paul Brown makes contact with the 71, and the 51 car also hard lick there for him. Steve Pierce, really, really hard lick for Steve Pierce. Take a look at him. He's going to make contact here. He's not going to be able to miss this. As right here, you see 71 comes back across track, and then hard lick for his 51 car. All right, Sean Jacobs shown as the race leader here, so he has gotten the wave around. Not too many laps here on that little green flag run, so he might be okay. So those guys got wave around, came around, and Gordon Carter also in that little crew there. They got a wave around. Jim Willis now showing up in P3 in the 53 cars, so good to see Jim up front. And we're getting some chatters in. A lot of Dana fans. Ritsky Dovar, how about that, man? Ben Arselva said he couldn't participate today. Well, you're always welcome, Benar. One of the greatest racers I've ever seen is Ben Silva. The guy can flat out drive anything. He could get in a dump truck and make it competitive. And good to see Ben. Boa sorte. Boa noche, Ben. Jack T, Jack Trowick wishing Dana Grover. Eric6855 also in here cheering on Dana Grover. Man, he's got a fan club here. I think I heard in the when he keyed his mic that he was at Trax VR right now. I heard a lot of cheering in the crowd, or a lot of talking in the crowd. So hopefully shout out to Trax VR, and thanks to those guys for providing sim racers with a place to race. That's awesome. And it looks like they got a really cool facility. So if you're up there, I want to say, is it going to help me out with this? Is Calgary up there somewhere? Somebody will help me out where Trax VR located. I know it's up in Canada. I got it right. It's Calgary. So Trax VR located in Calgary. So if you're in that Calgary area and want to do some sim racing, head on over to Trax VR. They provide a really warm, friendly experience, and top notch, man. I've seen the sim rigs that they have, and they have a lot of space for a lot of people. Getting the one to go here as now Ed Palumbo's shown as the race leader. I think we should be getting some wave arounds there. So Ed Palumbo will start on the inside. Our race leader, Dan Chesmore, in the 00. Starts in the second position. John Stanley third. Arjavita will start fourth. Josh Brink fifth. See Gomez, Carter, Jacobs, Willis, and Lansbury in the top 10. Here on this restart. Here we are, 40 laps in, approaching halfway. Working on caution flag number 2. Hopefully that is our only other caution flag. Keep our fingers crossed. Once we get cold tires here and guys bunch back up, they kind of forget that strategy that they had at the beginning of the race is to be patient here. There's still a lot of laps to go. Gilmar Peixoto is on pit lane while these guys, he had some pretty substantial damage, while these guys go back to green. Couple drivers around. Marizon Pierce all one lap down. Here we go, back to green. 54 gets a good jump on the inside. You see John Stanley running in P4 on the inside line. He's going to try to stick with that inside. And a little bit loose there through the turns for John Stanley. He might have some lingering damage from that earlier incident. Paul Brown wanting to keep on to that lucky dog position. He's up front there. 26. Thiago Gomez running in the 4th position now. But Ed Palumbo is our leader. Double 0, Dan Chesmore doing a lot of painting of some trucks in the Truck Series, man. And we appreciate Dan Chesmore's addition here and contribution to High Octane Racing League. He is really a great painter in Photoshop, and has already cranked out 4 or 5 schemes, maybe even more than that. Half a dozen, we'll say. And Gomez nose to tail there as 77. Paul Brown trying to get that lap back. He's down to the inside. He's in the lucky dog position. I don't think there is a really huge urgency for Paul Brown to race outside his wheelhouse, so to speak, or really be super aggressive, because he is the last car on the lead lap. Or excuse me, he's in the lucky dog position as Marizon, the next one. I think Marizon back in the pack a little bit. Guess he's just a car or 2 behind. Now Chesmore diving down to the inside, vying for the race lead. Peixoto coming back out on track after making his pit stop. Getting that car repaired, and Dan Chesmore in the Toyota. Trying to find a place to tuck in, but Ed Palumbo fighting back on the outside line. He's got Arthur Vieira right there as well. Chesmore inching ahead, leading that lap. Paul Brown in the 77 behind Dan Chesmore. Chesmore trying to get up on that high side. Just does in front of the 54 car. Now Paul Brown gets around, and he is now the tail end of the lead lap. Craig Marizon in the 60 car wants to do the same thing. He is in the lucky dog position now, so good news there for him. Steve Pierce, Gilmar Peixoto. Steve Pierce also just one lap down, but Gilmar 6 laps down. So no risk for him to claim that lucky dog position. Gordon Carter to the inside, battling Sean Jacobs. Sean Jacobs on the outside line of the 24, the 56. High place movie spots the machine. Couple Camaros here duking it out. As our leader is Dan Chesmore. 53 of Jim Willis in this mix as well. As Gordon Carter gives up that fight to the 24, and now the 53 going to get by. So the high side seems to be a little bit better now. Sean Jacobs just ahead in the 7th position. Jim Willis running in P8. Gordon Carter back to the 9th position. Nose to tail for these guys. Dana Grover starting to get a little racy here with Tim Lansbury. Lansbury on the outside. Dana Grover in the 89. Trax VR sponsor Toyota. The inside here battling that 89 car, or 82 car. The battle of the 80s. Wow, I mean, that sounds like an MTV thing, doesn't it? Kids today are like, what's MTV? MTV was the bomb back in the day. Take a look at Givaldo Spindola in the 68. He is running in the 14th position. Been a quiet night there for Givaldo in the 68 car. We've seen that racecraft here improve a great deal. Seems to come out, just has a good time racing, but starting to compete there for those top 10 finishes. Jesus Iglesias in the 22 car. Just behind the 19, Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in 10th. Iglesias running in the 11th position. Sean Jacobs starting to get a little racy here. Tim Lansbury. Sean Jacobs in the 24 car. Take that back, not Tim Lansbury. That's the 26 of Tiago Gomez. That was Lansbury from distance there. But that Napa-sponsored batteries for 26, running in the 6th position. Josh Brink just ahead, running in P5. We'll get Josh Brink running in the 5th position. Is now Vieira starting to flirt around with that outside line. And John Stanley just behind him in P4. Vieira going to the high line there. That's a tire safe strategy, it really is. Guys down on the inside line burning up those tires a little bit more than the outside line guys, and that Ford car starting to flirt around with the outside. Dan Chesmore is our leader. Just ahead of him is the 77, Paul Brown, who is at the tail end of the lead lap. Eric saying he misses MTV. I do too, man. I used to live for Headbangers Ball. I mean, really. And that top 10 countdown, too. I think it was the top 10 they used to do each week. That was awesome, too. But Headbangers Ball was where it was at back in the day. Yo MTV Raps. That was pretty cool as well. But Headbangers Ball was what I was into. 24 and the 26, side by side here. Sean Jacobs going to try to get around Tiago Gomez. Just behind Josh Brink, Gomez on the outside, Sean Jacobs on this inside line, and they're still side by side. Sean Jacobs going to get by. Gomez trying to figure it out here in that 26 car. And Palumbo here battling back to try to reclaim the lead. He and Dan Chesmore having a fist fight. So the 54 and the 00. Melliella sponsor machine and that Smurf sponsored Toyota. Boy, those almost got together there. Vieira has a ringside seat for that one. And it looks like Ed Palumbo going to clear Papa Smurf in that 00 car. So Chesmore back to the second position. Jesus Iglesias in the 22 and Jim Willis battling it out for this 9th position. 53 on the bottom side. That black right. Oh, Iglesias up into the outside wall. 22 car gets into the outside wall. A little bit of damage there. Scrubs off some speed. And it looks like the 53 is going to clear him now. Tires starting to wear out on these guys. These guys are going to start making some passes here. Got to be really careful at this stage of the game. Josh Brink here making some moves. Chesmore on the outside. Josh Brink in the 2 on the inside line. That Budweiser sponsor machine. Chesmore has to tuck in. Chesmore now holding on to the 5th position as Josh Brink moves up to P4. Marizon is in the lucky dog position, so he wants to see Paul Brown holding on to that spot. So Marizon in the lucky dog if the caution flag comes out. Take a look at Steve Pierce here, 1 lap down in the 51 car. Big deal there for him in that incident earlier. We got a battle here between Gordon Carter and Claudio Bardelli Jr. Good side-by-side racing here. John Stanley in this mix now. Here's Gordon Carter. Look at this. This is looking messy right here. See some guys indicating they're going to be coming down pit lane here. Gomez has a good night going. He's running in the 8th position. And Chesmore up there as well. Tracks VR number 89 beside the 56 car. Dana Grover, Gordon Carter. The battle of the Canadians here. This 3 wide. Jesus Iglesias says, I will take that spot. The Spaniard. Spaniard indicating he might be coming down pit lane this time. This is a mess right now. Starting to get a little messy. Very, very busy here on track. We're starting to see some guys make pit stops here, I believe. That is the fact. So looks like Claudio Bardelli Jr. is making a pit stop. On board here with Gordon Carter in the 56 car. He is running in the 8th position. So we've got some guys making pit stops now. Sean Jacobs is the race leader. And guys on pit lane. Bardelli Jr. is on pit lane. Looks like he is tucking into his pit stall. He is our pole setter here tonight. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 19 on pit lane. Jesus Iglesias, Dana Grover, Dennis Shudichin all on pit lane. So 4 cars making pit stops. Bardelli Jr. coming back out. Sean Jacobs, the race leader. And guys are starting to talk about how those tires are wearing out pretty fast on them. Bardelli Jr. now in P13. Sean Jacobs is our leader. Josh Brinks run him down, now in P2. Ed Palumbo 3rd, John Stanley 4th. Thiago Gomez is in the 5th position here on lap 62. Vieira and Chesmore both on pit lane. And Chesmore's been up front all night long. The 00 giving up some track position now to make a pit stop. See, Vieira gets out by him. So now Chesmore going to have to tuck in behind Artur Vieira. Coming back out on track as Sean Jacobs giving up the race lead for Josh Brink making that pass. So Josh Brink, the new race leader. Sean Jacobs in the second position, battling back on the outside line. So these guys get a little bit better tire wear. Paul Brown on pit lane. He wanted to see a caution flag. He did not get it. So Paul Brown in the 77 is on pit lane. Josh Brink is our leader. And a 2-car indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. He's opened up quite a bit of gap there as Sean Jacobs comes out down pit lane. And it's Jacobs, Palumbo, Carter, Stanley, and Gomez on pit lane as we see the 77 coming back out onto the track. 53, Jim Willis, shown in the second position, will be making a pit stop. Josh Brink now coming down pit lane. Got that slow slog onto a pit lane into your pit stall. Josh Brink on pit lane. Also, it looks like Willis on pit lane. Bardelli Jr. now shown in third. I assume will probably reassume the lead. He's led a few laps here tonight in the 19 car. Brink and Willis both on pit lane. Marizan and Pierce also on pit lane. Brink finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. So Claudio Bardelli Jr., the race leader, as Josh Brink tucks in the seventh position. Sienna is in second, Palumbo third, Iglesias fourth, Chesmore in the fifth position. How about Jesus Iglesias in the 22 car? Maybe a little bit different pit strategy for him. Right now running in P4 in that Orange Crush sponsor machine. Dan Chesmore running in P5 in the 00. Paul Brown is in the lucky dog position in the 77 car. I don't think you're looking at a huge amount of urgency to be able to get around these guys. There's a sense of accomplishment, I think, once you get around and you're the tail end of the lead lap. But I don't think you're really too concerned about passing these guys. He's got a fair lead on Craig Marizan, who's running in 17th, also a lap down. So Paul Brown running in P16 is one lap down, and he's the first car one lap down, so he's in the lucky dog position. But Claudio Bardelli Jr. has got a pretty substantial lead right now, 1.5 second gap over P2. Vieta, my pick to win, running in the second position. Here we are, 69 laps in. We'll take a look at Sean Jacobs running in the fourth position. P3 is Ed Palumbo. Palumbo kind of out there by himself right now. Sean Jacobs, a little cluster of cars. Josh Brink, Jesus Iglesias. Iglesias diving down to the inside, looking out to the back of Sean Jacobs' machine. Iglesias trying to sniff around on that inside line. I think he's got a little bit older tires than what the 2 car has. Paul Brown, the leader of this pack, but he is running in P16. Gilmar Peixoto finishing up his pit stop. He's a little bit off pit sequence. So the 71 coming back onto the track, and he has had a little bit of a rough night here. Huge damage for him earlier. Substantial repairs to that machine, and now shown 7 laps down in the 19th position. Iglesias to the outside, Dan Chesmore on the inside line. Good fist fight here between the two of those guys, the 22 and the 00. One of our Canadian drivers, and then Jesus hailing from Spain. He lives in Brazil now. to say like Fortaleza, maybe. Somewhere around there, if I'm not mistaken. Look at this, Dana Grover and the 47 of Dennis Uderson. Now, there was contact earlier in the race between these guys. 47 was on the inside, came up the track, tried to claim that position, but Dana Grover had that outside and was able to hold on to it. But Uderson came across the front of his car and got into the wall. We're on board here with Dennis Uderson. And a mess of cars here with the 56 and the 89 car. Uderson racing all the way from Kharkiv, Ukraine. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning there. How about this? Josh Brink and Sean Jacobs battling. Josh Brink wants the lead. Sean Jacobs doesn't want to give up the lead here. We are on lap 73. I think we're going to have to make another green flag pit stop before it's over with. But Josh Brink vying for the race lead, side by side with the 24 car, coming off turn 4. Paul Brown on the outside line, and that's going to help Sean Jacobs out a little bit. As you see Sean Jacobs scooching out there as Josh Brink has to tuck in. These guys rolling up on a little bit of lap traffic ahead. And Sean Jacobs trying to get around Paul Brown. He wants to put a little distance between he and Josh Brink. Shouldn't say lap traffic. As Ed Palumbo running up here in the 3rd position. He has run down the 19 and the 4. So the 54, he was back there a little bit, kind of by himself. These guys were spread out a little. Now they're close together. All tightened back up as there was a fair distance between the 19, the 4, and the 54. The 54 diving down to the inside here, giving it a shot. He gets around Artavieta. Couple Camaros here now working on this Ford, and Ed Palumbo now says, hey, I want to take the race lead. He's got better tires here, fresher tires than that 54 car, and Bardelli Jr. in the 19 has to give up that spot. And he might give up 2 as now Vieta sneaking around on the inside. And the 4 car going to claim this spot, I believe. Bardelli Jr. is fighting back on that outside line. I think Vieta's going to claim that spot, but oh, maybe not. Bardelli Jr. says not so fast and holds on to that, so Vieta has to tuck in back into the 3rd position. But our race leader is Ed Palumbo in the 54 car, Bella Yellow Sponsor machine. Paul Brown indicating he's coming down pit lane, so he tried to hold out long enough. 77 can kind of hear a little bit deflated in that voice. Feels like bad luck for him tonight, but he is coming down pit lane to make a pit stop. As Ed Palumbo, the race leader, got a long green flag run here. And we've had green flag pit stops after the caution flag. 2 caution flags so far. Hopefully we keep it that way. Battle for P2 shaping up here between Bardelli Jr. and Vieta. We got a yellow flag! Terrible time for a yellow flag for the 77 car. My gosh. I jinxed it. Paul Brown retires his machine. Dana Grover comes around, and it looks like Lansbury might have been caught up in that as well. Let's take a look and see what happened here. This action, Grover on the inside, Lansbury 3 wide, and there's contact there. And then back up onto the track. And Grover hard into the wall. So it looked like there was contact. Grover goes to the inside right here. And he's on the inside. It looks like maybe the, oh, man, they're 3 wide. And the 89 hard into the wall. So Tim Lansbury, take a look here on board here with him, and he's coming down the track and gets into the 89 car. And they're 3 wide. And the 82 comes around. Take a look vehicle to see what Jesus Iglesias saw out of this. Maybe not much. There's a bad angle there. A little bit of a bad angle on that one, but definitely looked like there was contact there. Take a look here as they enter the turn. Dana down on that inside line, hugging that white line, and there's contact between the 82, and then Dana has comes back up onto the track and gets into the 82 car. Kind of hard to see here from this angle all the way out here. Kind of watch that black line. So down on the inside right there, and it looks like Lansbury came down a little bit, got into the 89 car. Tough to say there on that one. So we got pit stops happening. Ritsky Novar reminding me that I jinxed it. Good to see Ritsky in here. He's done a lot for High Octane Racing League and working on car sets and so forth. So, and doing some great racing and his friendship too. We really appreciate Ritsky and those Psychopathy Racing guys. Man, I'll tell you, you can't ask for a better crew than the Psychopathy Racing guys there. All those Indonesian guys that come in and race with us. We definitely cherish. I know I cherish their friendship. Mata, I've known Mata for a long time. First started broadcasting races with him when he was at Sim Racing Mania, and I was doing some streaming for them as well. That's where I first met Mata. And then here I find out he's got this big, huge following of guys, right? It's awesome with those guys coming in and racing here at High Octane Racing League. And Ritsky's done a lot of work with us with the BTCC. He did, the GT3 and the Indy cars, and helping out also with some stock car stuff as well. And again, really appreciate his effort. I have to send a shout out to him. Comes out and races with us too. Maybe we'll see him this weekend. Starting to see Craig Marizon, also maybe Ed Palumbo coming down pit lane. How about that, huh? This is some great leagues. That's some great guys here too, man. Really, the admin guys. Paul Brown does a great job for us. Todd Robillard, Preston Hassel, Gordon Carter, a new addition to our board. Cannot, fail to mention Will Dunbar as well, with all his tech advice, and he really does a great job for us, setting up stuff, getting us running. If it wasn't for Will, we would be in deep, deep trouble. He's super, super great at all things coding and computer related and so forth, and really do appreciate what Will does for us. Also, we send a shout out to Sean Jacobs. He's in the board as well. And also John Stanley. John Stanley and Tim Lansbury, those guys out helping test, offering their leadership and so forth. Great advice. And we got those loyal racers from Brazil. Big crew of those guys come out each and every week. Met those guys, really, if you go all the way back, Arjun Vieira is probably the one I've known the longest. Raced with him over at Alta Velocidad. We did a GT3 series. And also, I want to say we did over at some NASCAR BR or NASCAR Total, IndyCar Brazil, Sullivan Gardina's League, racing there as well. Did a few different mods. See Ed Palumbo, the race leader in the 54 car. 26, Thiago Gomez finds a way to get that car back up front. And I'll tell you what, I'm really looking at that 26 car. He's been fast here tonight. Now, it's just going to probably matter how hard the 54 and the 26 race each other. The 19 and the 56 will start in row 2. Chesmore a little aggressive, too. He's going to start row 3 alongside the 24. Vieira, my pick to win this race, starts in row 5 in the 7th position with Jesus Iglesias. I should say that's row 4. P7, P8. A good mix of our drivers up here. And rounding out the top 10, Stanley and Brink. Brink on the inside, Stanley in the 12 up on the outside line. Now remember that patience we exhibited in that last restart. That's gone now. That is absolutely gone. Lights are out on the pace car, and the pace car coming off the track this time by, and we'll start lap 85 when we cross the start-finish line. So we're winding down the laps here at Vegas. And I have a feeling we're going to turn up the juice a little bit. Turn up that aggressiveness. Pace car's off. Here we go. It's going to be a shootout to the finish.
Blue flag, go, go, go.
Back to green. Palumbo gets a good jump there with the 19 just behind. 26 didn't quite get into the gas. Now falling back a little bit. It's Chesmore now beside him. Those front three, those three guys are going to get around him. So the 26, he's going to have to get going, figure it out. Now he's back to the 4th position or 5th position as Vieira's gotten around. These guys are now going to go balls out. That's Palumbo the leader. Bargelli Jr. is in 2nd. Chesmore 3rd. Vieira 4th. Sean Jacobs up to P5. Sean Jacobs in the 5th position. Looking on the low side. He's got a little bit of a run here. Chesmore and Bargelli Jr. now side by side for P2. Palumbo wants to see that racing behind him. Try to open up a little bit of gap there. Play him both sides. You see him going down to the inside. Now he's going to go back up to the high side here. Nope, there he goes. Up to the high side. Trying to cut off a little bit of that run. Bargelli Jr. says, I'm going to sneak it in there. And they get together.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
They get together, and there we go. Big deal. And I think he was squeezed. I had a feeling that was coming. Bargelli Jr. snuck that car on the outside line. And Palumbo kept coming up the track. Take a look here as Bargelli Jr. goes to the outside right here. Still on that outside, and then Palumbo goes up a little bit, looks like, and then gets into the 19. Double check that. You see a hood fly in there. Take a look at out of the front of Vieira's machine right here. Squeezing pretty hard there on the high side. Take a look at this again. He had contact right there. Bargelli Jr. trying to get back on the lead lap, it looked like. trying to squeeze through here. He does get into that 54 car. Oh, man. And a hood goes flying across the track. And, man, there's some guys that got caught up in that. Lansbury got caught as well. We'll take a look at, here's that action. Lansbury's going to get caught in it. He has nowhere to go. He gets in. 26 gets in. The 53 also taken out as well. 53 hard lick there for Jim Willis. So it looked like Bargelli Jr. trying to get that lap back. 53 trying to, 56 comes down as well. This guy's trying to woe up. So, we'll kind of see where that pace car is at. Gomez get taken out in that as well. So it looks like Dan Chesmore's shown as the race leader. And we'll see if, kind of waiting on the pace car to come around. Okay, let's see if we all right, looks like these guys have got it figured out. Like these guys coming down pit lane here. Artie Vieta showed as the race leader in the 4-car. All right, the pace car's in. 4 cars the leader. Sean Jacobs in second. Iglesias and Stanley in third and
Green
fourth.
flag, go, go, go.
All right, man, that was a mess. Wow, that was a mess. 4-car and the 24 battling for the race lead. Iglesias and Stanley. Shown 3-4. Running in 5th is Craig Marazon. Dennis Schudertson running in the 6th position. Sean Jacobs is our leader as Vieta tucks into the 2nd position. John Stanley in 3rd. Jesus Iglesias, the 22, is in contention for P3. He's going to dive down to the inside line. Take a look here. Lap 95. Vieta now down to the inside. He's got a little help from Jesus Iglesias. Artie Vieta to the inside of the 24. And the 4-car takes the lead as the 22 drifted high. He's going to leave the door open for the 24 car. Oh, the 22 into the wall. Sean Jacobs in the 24 sees that. He made a little bit of a evasive move. Down to the inside. That 22 car pitching. 22 car's got some big time damage. And the 24 getting by the 22. The 4-car of Artie Vieta, the leader. Sean Jacobs to the inside of the 4. Sean Jacobs wants this win. He wants this win at Vegas. 22 back up in this mix. He's got some damage in that right side of that car. John Stanley could be the sleeper here. That 12-car. Vieta does the crossover move. Down to the inside. Sean Jacobs and Artie Vieta side by side down the backstretch. Here on lap 98. Jesus Iglesias in this mix. Vieta now trying to contend here, play both sides. Trying to play both sides, and 24 on the outside line. Does he have what he needs to be able to close in on Vieta? Iglesias still pushing the issue, drifted up a little bit. John Stanley in the 12 car back there as well. Are they going to keep it green? There's the car sideways in the backstretch. That might have been Givaldo. That was Gordon Carter. I think it was sideways. Vieta, the leader. Sean Jacobs closing in. He might have one more shot. 1 lap to go. The 24 to the inside. Crowded a little bit on that 4 car. Sean Jacobs going to clear that 4. Now you got to be careful. Play a little defense on the crossover move. Side by side. Oh, he gives up the outside line to the 4 car. Down the backstretch. Into turn 3. Jacobs hard down to the inside. Does he have what he needs? He's trying to do a slide job. The 4 car coming across. The 4 car coming across the inside line. Here they are. And the 4 car ekes out the win. My gosh. Wow. Great job, Archer Vieta. That was a battle right there. So, wow, what a finish to the race.
A lot of soul.
Sean Jacobs finishes in that second position, but Vieta gets the win. So congratulations to Archer Vieta. Big win there for him. So congratulations to Archer Vieta getting a win here. We'll take a look at the final results. Archer Vieta in the 4 car gets the win. Sean Jacobs finishes second. John Staley, great run there for him, finishes in the 3rd position. Craig Berzon battles back for a 4th place finish. Jesus Iglesias finishes 5th. Dana Grover 6th. Dennis Udich in 7th. Dan Chesmore finishes in the 8th position. Steve Pierce 9th. Gordon Carter finishes in the 10th position. Finishing in P11 is Jim Willis. Givaldo Spindola finishes in the 12th position. Gilmar Peixoto 13th. Tim Lansbury 14th. Dan Palumbo 15th. Josh Brink finishes in the 16th position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes in 17th. Tiago Gomez finishes in 18th. And Paul Brown finishes in the 19th position. So congratulations to Archer Vieta getting a win. Looks like he has already left, so we won't be doing an in-car interview for him. So what a race there, man. We had a little bit of had some good green flag racing, but we got a little bit messy there on some of that stuff. Guys trying to take it 3 wide. That was the main problem that I saw here tonight. A couple of 3 wide situation. Always not a good idea unless you got some pretty good room there to take it 3 wide. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder will be in action for race number 10 of the season. 120 lap race in the Saturday Night Thunder coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Truck Trucks will be back in action at Homestead Miami Speedway. Race number 3 of the season. And that will be a 100 lap race. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV on Tuesday, October the 17th. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV tonight. Don't forget to support me by clicking on those links down in the description of the race. And don't forget, man, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do so. Get this race out there for people to see. Had an exciting race here tonight. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, and then smash the bell. You'll get updates of when races are going live here on TurnLeftTV. So some chatters in here as well tonight. So Darren Holowa, I think. Holowa. Way to go, Dana. Eric6855. Also, Gilmar Pachotto. Good job for him tonight. And Jack T also joining us. So thanks to those guys for joining us here. Ritsky Novar, of course, joining us in the chat session. Congratulations to Arch on the big win here tonight. And that should do it for us. We'll see you next time, boys and girls, right here on TurnLeftTV. In the meantime, I am out of here.